Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for August 20, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Good evening. From our newsroom, I'm Walter Concrete reporting. We have a trio of significant stories to share with you this morning. Firstly, in a surprise move, President Donald Trump has ordered the early conclusion of joint U.S.-South Korea military exercises, citing these drills as an insult to North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. The decision aims to ease tensions with North Korea, which views these exercises as provocative. This development comes amidst ongoing concerns over North Korea's nuclear program and recent ballistic missile tests. Secondly, the United States national debt has reached a staggering $38 trillion, prompting worries about the country's economic future. The increasing debt is attributed to rising interest payments, increased spending on Social Security and Medicare, and the effects of tax cuts over the past 2 decades. Experts warn that if the country does not implement spending or tax reforms, the national debt could reach $50 trillion in 6 years. Lastly, as Israel gears up for its upcoming election, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has set his sights on a new target, Turkey. Netanyahu has been saber-rattling against Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, accusing him of seeking to establish a military presence in Syria. This escalation in tensions has sparked concerns of a potential confrontation, with far-reaching consequences for regional stability. These are complex and delicate issues, each with significant implications for global security and economic stability. We will continue to monitor these situations closely and provide updates as more information becomes available. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning. I'm Barbara Waters, and this is your morning news update from our newsroom. Firstly, a controversy surrounding Senator Jon Ossoff's recent comment about Natalie Harp, a personal aide to President Trump, has sparked heated debates across party lines. According to reliable sources, Ossoff intended to criticize the president's relationship with Harp, but his comment has been met with widespread criticism for being unprofessional and inappropriate. The White House has defended Harp as a trusted and valued member of the team. As we follow this story, it's essential to consider the historical context of such controversies and their implications on political discourse. In another development, the Trump administration has filed an urgent appeal with the Supreme Court regarding the construction of a new White House ballroom. The administration argues that the project is crucial for national security, while the National Trust for Historic Preservation claims this is hyperbolic bluster and that the project can proceed without compromising presidential power or national security. This case raises fundamental questions about the balance between executive authority, congressional oversight, and the preservation of historical sites. Based on the information available, the Supreme Court's decision, expected by the end of the week, could have profound implications for the separation of powers in the U.S. government. Lastly, the Department of Justice has moved to dismiss the vandalism case against former Olympic canoeist David Hearn without prejudice. This move follows a Superior Court judge's dismissal of the case earlier this month. While prosecutors believe that the grand jury process protects Hearn from future prosecutorial overreach, his defense team argues that President Trump's public statements about dropping the charges could lead to continued harassment and potential renewed prosecution. The case is complex, involving an incident at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool where evidence suggested the government's contractor might have been responsible for the damage. As we continue to follow this story, it's crucial to consider the emotional toll on individuals involved in high-profile legal battles and the broader implications for justice and accountability. These stories highlight the intricate dynamics of power, accountability, and the rule of law that are currently at play in our nation's capital. To understand their significance fully, we must delve into the historical connections that underpin these controversies and consider the behind-the-scenes insights that shape public policy and legal decisions. As your trusted source for news, we will provide balanced updates, focusing on verified facts while distinguishing between speculation and reality. This is Barbara Waters reporting. We invite you to join us throughout the day for in-depth analysis and updates on these developing stories. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. First, let's talk about the neocloud sector, which experienced a roller coaster ride yesterday. The Wall Street Journal report highlighting $3 trillion in hidden AI obligations sparked concerns about the industry's financial health, leading to substantial declines in major players like Nebius Group and CoreWeave. However, both stocks have since rebounded, and the sector appears to be recovering. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, don't panic, and that's precisely what I'm advising. The neo-cloud space is known for its resilience and adaptability, which will be crucial in navigating this shifting landscape. As we say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The Treasury's announcement to double debt buybacks has helped steady the bond market, providing relief to capital-intensive borrowers like neo-cloud companies. Moving on to cryptocurrencies, investors are looking for new opportunities to diversify their portfolios and capitalize on potential growth. Bitcoin remains a top choice due to its unique diversification benefits and low correlation with major asset classes. Other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are also gaining attention, but, as always, I caution our listeners to approach this market with caution, considering the high volatility and risks associated with these assets. Lastly, we have the sale of Moneris, Canada's largest payment processor, to a US-based private equity firm. This deal has raised concerns among business owners and analysts over potential fee increases and the handling of sensitive customer data. As we watch this situation unfold, it's essential to remember that private equity firms typically look to increase profits through price hikes, which could hurt businesses already operating on thin margins. In conclusion, it's been an eventful 24 hours in the market, but as I always say, a correction is when you lose money, a bear market is when I lose money. So let's keep a level head and focus on fundamental analysis rather than getting caught up in market hysteria. Where do you stay your money on Monday? Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, let's talk about NASA's SWIFT telescope, which has been tracking gamma-ray bursts and exploding stars for over 17 years. Unfortunately, despite efforts to save it, the telescope is now set to plunge towards Earth later this year. This serves as a poignant reminder of the challenges and complexities involved in space missions, and the need for continued innovation and investment in space technology. But that's not all. We also have some remarkable news from the Moon. A wayward SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket crashed into the lunar surface earlier this month, creating a new impact crater. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter captured stunning images of the crater, which measures approximately 20 meters wide and less than 6 meters deep. This event highlights the importance of monitoring space debris, which poses a significant threat to future human habitats on the Moon. And finally, let's venture to Mars, where scientists have been puzzled by the smooth and dusty surface of its smaller moon, Deimos. A recent flyby by the European Space Agency's Hera mission may have uncovered the reason behind this enigmatic moon's appearance. According to a new study, a single asteroid strike could have dramatically reshaped Deimos, giving it its smooth look. This finding provides valuable insights into the formation and evolution of our solar system's smallest and most mysterious celestial bodies. As we explore these wonders of the universe, we're reminded of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty that surrounds us. It's a cosmic perspective that encourages us to think critically, to question, and to seek answers. And it's a reminder of humanity's responsibility to care for our planet and to continue pushing the boundaries of space exploration and scientific literacy. So let's keep looking up at the stars and wondering about the secrets they hold. Join us next time on the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast as we continue to explore the wonders of the universe and the incredible stories that shape our understanding of the cosmos. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl.
As we begin this new day, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories that have been making headlines. First up, we have the exciting news about the collaboration between BTS's Jungkook and Lato on their latest single, 7. This highly anticipated release has sent shockwaves throughout the music industry, with fans eagerly awaiting the opportunity to experience the unique blend of styles and talents that these two artists bring to the table. Next, we're heading over to the NFL, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made a significant statement about their intentions for the future by signing stalwart defensive tackle Vita Vea to a one-year, $30 million extension. This monumental agreement not only solidifies Vea's position as one of the league's premier interior linemen, but also underscores the team's commitment to building a strong defense. And finally, we're examining the NBA's ambitious plan to consolidate most of its local rights onto one streaming home in time for the upcoming season. This move, aimed at maximizing revenues and centralizing local broadcast experiences, has sparked intense debate among fans, teams, and media partners. With YouTube and DAZN reportedly in the running to land the streaming hub, we'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and its potential impact on the future of sports media. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. First, we take a look at personal finance, where experts warn about the risks of bounce checks and provide tips on how to avoid them by closely monitoring account balances and considering alternative payment methods. In environmental news, the Trump administration's proposal to rescind the roadless rule has sparked widespread concern among conservation groups, who argue that it will have devastating consequences for national forests and wildlife habitats. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, a mid-air collision between a small plane and a state police helicopter has left the community in shock, with authorities investigating the cause of the incident. We will continue to provide updates on these stories as more information becomes available. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Let's get started with our top stories. First up, diamonds are forever, and lab-grown gems are shining bright. We talked about how Macy's is offering affordable luxury with their Effie collection, worn by A-listers like Emily Blunt and Jennifer Lopez. So go ahead and treat yourself to some sparkle without breaking the bank. Next, we took a trip down memory lane with Celine Dion, who rocked a Roberto Cavalli halter gown on the red carpet way back when. We compared her look to Kylie Jenner's recent attempt at wearing a similar dress, and let's just say, Celine wore it better. The queen of the red carpet still reigns supreme. And finally, love is in the air, folks. We highlighted some of the most notable celebrity couples who found romance on set, from Anna Paquin and Stephen Moyer to Joaquin Phoenix and Rooney Mara. It's clear that when it comes to love, the entertainment industry has its fair share of fairy tales. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, Senator Bill Frist delves into the complex discussion surrounding the 4 lower Snake River dams, emphasizing the need to balance human needs with environmental stewardship. The senator's personal experience floating down the Salmon River underscores the importance of finding a solution that supports both the environment and local communities. In another compelling story, researchers have discovered that sloth bears play a crucial role in shaping India's dry deciduous forests by dispersing viable seeds and influencing plant regeneration. This finding highlights the importance of considering the ecological contributions of omnivores like sloth bears in conservation efforts. Lastly, today marks World Orangutan Day, a day to honor the critically endangered species of Southeast Asian great apes. Despite conservation efforts, the orangutan population continues to face numerous threats, including habitat destruction and wildlife trade. However, successes in reintroducing trafficked orangutans into the wild offer hope for the future. These stories remind us of the importance of environmental stewardship, conservation, and collaboration in protecting our planet's precious ecosystems and inhabitants. Join us as we explore these topics further and discuss ways to create a more sustainable future for all. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.